What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters and welcome to Life to Metal. It's time for another edition of The Mail. That's right, it's time for another edition of The Mail. And this mail, it's a Saturday, and this came last night. You ever just had one of those weeks where you just got beat down at work and you're just exhausted and drained? That's kind of where I'm at today, you know. Was really probably not in the best mood to record a video, but I thought I'd do it anyway. First of all, because I thought maybe this would be a little uplifting, and also because, you know what, I am not always like I am on those videos when I'm all bouncing around and being who I normally am on video. You know what, sometimes life beats you down and you just got to keep moving on. Anyhow, I got this gigantic box from Greg the Egg, also known as Blackmore Rules on YouTube. He is absolutely crazy. If you have not watched his channel, you need to check out his channel. He's a very funny guy, and he's also very knowledgeable about music. Okay, he's not into heavy metal quite as much as I am. He's more into the hard rock side of things, and he leans a little bit towards punk as well, where I meet him in the middle with the hard rock and go more towards the metal and the heavier stuff. But regardless, him and I get along really well, and we chat all the time, and I never miss one of his videos. He's humorous. He always wears his BC Lions hat and his sunglasses, and he's just a great guy. And in fact, he's doing a contest video right now, so if you're interested in getting into his contest, check his channel out. I'll leave a link below. And enough yammering, and I'll show you what's in this box. I don't know what's this. This looks like a sign that was hanging somewhere. Greg, did you steal this sign? Cup Crazy from the NHL. Pretty cool sign. Feels I don't know what's this. I guess it's plastic, silkscreen on plastic. So interesting sign. I know I stole that from. What else we got here? The Hockey News, October 1995. Wow. Trying to figure out who this is on the front cover. This makes Sorley on the cover? Not quite 100% positive, but it's the Kings. That's an old newspaper in 1995. That's 20 years ago. So, wow. Cool. That's one of the other things that Greg and I have in common. We're both huge hockey fans. He being a fan of, let's see if his team is, usually he'll throw something of his team into the box. But he didn't this time, so will not mock anybody's teams, but I'm a huge Kings fan and Flyers fan, and he is a Flyers fan as well, so we have that in common, whereas he goes more towards the alright, so anyhow, this is I cut the video real quick because I wanted to go grab something and show it to you, but this is Greg's team, the Canucks. Go Canucks! Okay, you know I have no problem rooting for the Canucks if the Flyers and the Kings are out. Otherwise, it's go Flyers, go Kings. But yeah, this is Greg's team. Greg's a huge hockey fan, and he's just a cool cat, like I said. So let's see what else in this box. Stop delaying. Wow. Wow, this is really cool. LA Kings. Jersey. Sweater. Whatever you want to call it. Very, very, very cool. This is the classic logo on here. Classic purple and black colors. That's pretty badass. What is this? I'm almost afraid. Oh. Hockey Night in Canada. And is this kind of, I don't know if this is, it doesn't look like him, but is that Don Cherry? But it doesn't look like him, so I don't know. Yeah, Hockey Night in Canada. I do catch Hockey Night in Canada because we usually buy the NHL package every year and watch all the games, so we frequently catch the Hockey Night in Canada nights. What else in here? Kiss and Make Up, New York Times bestseller. Very cool book, very cool cover. I guess they, well, you know, Kiss and marketing. So now there's 3 others, right? That any collector would probably have to get, so they can get the ISS with all the other members on it. But still, very cool. Gene Simmons on the cover of the K here. Classic photo, looks like from the 70s. Great photos. And a band that we both love and share a common interest in. So very, very cool. What else? There's a lot of stuff in here, so we're going to go through this a little quicker. Otherwise, it's going to take a long time. Sons of Sabbath, Volume 4. So this is looks like an all Doom compilation from Hammer Magazine. Metal Hammer Magazine. And I'm familiar with a few of these bands. I'm just going to put it up to the camera, and if you really want to know what's on this compilation, pause it for a second. Sons of Sabbath compilation. Check that out. Golden Resurrection. This, if I'm not mistaken, I'm almost positive, this is a Christian power metal band. Cannot remember for the life of me where these guys are from. I know they're not from the US or Canada. But regardless, very progressive power metal from what I remember these guys. And I don't have this CD, so I'm not 100% positive, just from what I remember of them. Oh, this is cool. Rhett Forrester, Gone with the Wind CD. That's awesome. And the Immortal Randy Rhoads, The Ultimate Tribute, in a digibook. Now, I've not heard this before, but there's Gus G, Brad Gillis, Doug Ulrich, George Lynch, Bernie Torme, Dweezil Zappa. That's interesting. All kinds of Ripper Owens, Bob Kulick, Rudy Sarzo, Bruce Kulick. So all kinds of guys in here. So I've not heard this one. Trouble, Simple Mind Condition. Can't say it's really awesome. It's just Trouble, and I like Trouble. It's not one of their best albums, but it is a decent album from them. And one of my all-time favorite albums. I have this on CD already, so this is going to be a re-gifted. But this is Testament, Sins of Omission. Sins of Omission. Yeah, I'm really having a hard time today. Practice What You Preach. But my favorite song from Testament is called Sins of Omission, and it's on this CD. And matter of fact, my band Ultimatum actually played on a Testament tribute CD, and that was the song that we decided to record with Sins of Omission. Girl, new wave of British heavy metal band, Girl. These guys are a little more poppy than a lot more than new wave of British heavy metal bands. Yeah, and they also had Phil Collin from, I'm trying to fix this thing real quick, from who ended up being in Def Leppard. This was the band he was in before Def Leppard. There we go, Girl. Compilation, the anthology. So I've not heard the whole thing. I do have one Girl record on vinyl. It's not bad, it's not great, but it's definitely a decent listen. So Chevy. This is definitely some doom stoner style rock, and this is another one that I don't have. So, you know, not much I can say about this other than I can't wait to check it out. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, there's some cassette tapes. This is Guardian, Bottle Rocket. Absolutely one of the worst albums ever recorded, in my opinion. And I like Guardian. I think First Watch was great. I loved Miracle Mile, Fire and Love. I even liked the acoustic album they did. Can even hang with Buzz. But this was just awful. I got a bottle rocket. I got a bottle rocket. Just awful album. Yeah. But this is not an awful album. This is Shaken Like a Human Being by Kim Mitchell. Kim, of course, from Max Webster. Also very cool. And there it looks like there is some, this thing is stuffed with t-shirts. He used t-shirts as packing material. Oh, this looks like a badass t-shirt. This is a badass t-shirt. Please be my size. But it looks like it would fit me. Paul Stanley, Kiss. It's also got Kiss on the sleeve. That's really, really cool shirt. Awesome design. Nice printing. I have no idea if it's an official shirt or not, but it sure looks cool. Alright, what else we got here? Another t-shirt. For the guitar player at heart. Marshall amplification. Marshall's pretty much known for, you know, being a favorite of metal bands. You know, funny, being in a metal band for many, many years, my guitar player always disliked, Robert Gutierrez, always disliked Marshall amps. He actually preferred, well, several other different amps, but he used a lot of PD products, and he liked the PD products, so over Marshall. He always thought Marshall sounded flat and always needed to be modified to get a decent sound out of. And I'm assuming that's what most of those bands, you know, Priest and all the bands that Marshall did, they modified them, but still a cool shirt. Little band from Texas, ZZ Top. Very cool T-shirt. ZZ Top. I've seen ZZ Top in concert 5, 6, 7 times over the years, and they've never disappointed. Kind of a tie-dye looking green, dark green T-shirt. That's really cool. Have to decide on this one. This is a medium. I can wear one. I'm wearing a medium here, but the only way I can wear a medium is to get rid of the sleeves because my arms won't fit through it. So I have to decide if I just want to keep it as a collector's shirt or if I want to cut the sleeves off and wear it. So tough decisions. A band called Prism, Spaceship Superstar, back with Julie. I'm not familiar enough with Prism to tell you what that sounds like. Take Me to the Captain, and I Ain't Looking Anymore. This is also Prism. I just remember they were a rock band, and I'm pretty sure they were a Canadian rock band. But like I said, I don't know enough about them to really expand upon that, so I apologize for that. Maybe one of you guys does. You know, usually when I don't know something, somebody watching these videos does and can give me some information about it. So I hope maybe you guys can do that. So this is interesting. This is Def Leppard. This is a limited edition gatefold for Love Bites off of Hysteria. Back with Billy's Got a Gun Live. And it's kind of like a, there you go, like I said, a gatefold. And it has I'm sure it has a, oh yeah, it's got a booklet inside of it. Whew, I can tell you one thing, whoever owned this before, smoked. I just got a big whiff of that cigarette smell. This is, okay, this is Disco Duck, Part 1 and Part 2. Rick D and his cast of idiots. Disco Duck Part 1 and Part 2. I don't know. I'm sure I'll spin anything once. Why not, right? Wow, this is really cool. Louis Cult recorded live in New York, 1972, 10-inch vinyl. This is very cool. You could have just sent me this and I would have been like overwhelmed. This is awesome. I don't even knew this was released. When was this released? Is there a date on here somewhere? Of course not. Maybe on the inside there is. Let's take a look at this. So there's the A side, custom centering, and the B side. Looks to be heavy for the heavy metal kids and the Yardbirds. Worship of the Telescopes, City's Flame with Rock and Roll, The Red and the Black, and Buck's Boogie. Damn, that's just cool. Munster Records. Alright, what else we got in here? Like I said, this box is big. We're not even close to being done yet. New Regime, The Race. Looks to be some sort of melodic metal or AOR. Not familiar with this one either. Again, look for your help. You guys know this band? Let me know what you think about them. Let me know what you know about them. You know nothing about them, so I'm just going off the look of the band. They kind of have that 80s look. I'm assuming this is probably a late 80s release. 1987. So the New Regime, The Race. Let me know if you guys know of this one and what you think about it. Night City. This is another one I'm not familiar with. This looks to be like a 70s hard rock or band. 1977. Yep. This is Night City. Self-titled, I assume. Again, another one. This is all stuff I'm not familiar with. So again, I'm hoping maybe some of you guys can fill me in. I always look forward to talking to you guys. You always have good comments, and I always answer back anybody who does send me a comment. So, okay, well, this one I know, Allo Nova. Of course, they had a huge hit on this one. Was it called Fantasy? Fantasy, yeah. This was actually his biggest record. And he was, I believe, hopefully I'm not wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was a Canadian guitar player. This is on the Epic label, 1979, 1982, off by a few years. Black Oak, Arkansas, Live Mother. This is Jim Dandy, you know, Black Oak, Arkansas. I think David Lee Roth stole a lot of his shtick from Jim Dandy. Classic, I don't know, southern rock mixed with heavy metal. They were their own unique animal. And I've never actually heard this particular live album. I've heard their other live album with all the backwards stuff that caused all kinds of, you know, religious people to lose their minds back in the day. Anyhow, so this one's I'm assuming a later one, or maybe it's even earlier. I don't know. Like 1976. I haven't heard this album. So again, I know the band, know their music, don't know this album. So I look to you guys to let me know what you think of that album. This one I do know and know well. This is a Christian hard rock. I called them heavy metal back in the day. I still call them heavy metal today. But to avoid the argument, I'll say it's either one. 1984. This is Rocco Offense, and here's the inner sleeve with the band photo. And this is actually a really good album. Of course, you know it's going to be somewhat decent because what do you got here? Epic Mustache, right? So it's not super heavy, but it is solid, traditional hard rock heavy metal, and a very good album. It's just one of those ones that I grew up listening to. Classic. What else we got in here? Okay, I don't know this one either, but this one looks to be a little bit funny. This is Kung Fu Fighter, Carl Douglas. Don't know anything about it. Sometimes Greg throws in some funny stuff, and I'm assuming that's what it is. Who knows? I mean, you can't always judge a book by its cover, so maybe it's something good. But I don't know who it is. So once again, sorry I don't have much to say about it, but maybe you guys know some more than I do, because I don't know much about it. This one I love. This is the this is Budgie from I can't remember what year, 1979, 1978, somewhere in that area, featuring the Budgie Bird. And this is just classic heavy metal, classic, you know, first wave of British heavy metal is what I call Budgie. You know, they came before the new wave of British heavy metal. This is a great album. So this is another classic. This is another one that I'm super excited about, like that Blood Glorious to Cult record. So very, very cool. I love Budgie, and their stuff just never pops up used. So somehow Greg managed to find the used copy. What else is in this box? Another cassette buried down here. This is Helix, Back for Their Taste. Love Helix. Liked them in the 80s. In the last couple of years, I had been on this Canadian rock metal kick, and I just grew to love them even more. I got to meet this band, I don't know, last year about this time, and super nice guys, and it just made me like their music even more. So Helix, Back for Their Taste on cassette tape, black tape. Very cool. More t-shirts. There is a what is this? Alright, so first of all, there's the book in here, Black Sabbath, Symphony of the Universe. Haven't read this one. Love Black Sabbath, of course, so I'll have to check this one out. I've read Tony Iommi's biography. I've read a few other Sabbath books, but I never read this one. By Mick Wall from, when was this one released? Well, playing in the background, that's Frank Marino, his last studio record, which is a decade or more old now. Alright, copyright, there we go. What do we got on here? 2013. So that's not that long ago, so this should be a great read. Might actually check this one out today. What else we got here? Photo out of Classic Rock magazine of Queen, and then I just saw something really cool next, so that's why I kind of laughed. This is Kerrang! Magazine, a magazine I was hugely into back in the 80s. This is Aerosmith in the cover, and that's really cool. This has got to be from, judging off the photo, 86. See if I can find a date on here now. Don't see the year on here, so I'm going to have to open it up. And it's sealed in a plastic bag, so I'm not going to pull it apart at the moment. But that's cool, and then the back is cool too, because it's got, well, it's Asylum, so it has to be 86, right? So there you go. Win a $1,000 compact disc system. What is this? Classic Rock calendar? I actually have one of these hanging up in my office. Last year I used it for a year. This year I have a Rush calendar that Greg Dieg also sent. But they always have these cool photos. Bowie, Hendrix, Stevie Nicks, Jim Morrison passed out. Keith Moon. Ever seen the Keith Moon behind the music? That guy was just a nut. I mean, he had a death wish from day one. Pink Floyd. That's a weird picture. All wrapped in pink silk. Ah! The immortal Phil Lynott. This is a Rush book by Brian Harrigan. Rush book. And I've never ever read even one Rush book, but I am a fan of Rush, especially love their 70s and very early 80s stuff. I actually like some of their newer stuff as well. Some of the 80s stuff, later 80s stuff, they got really keyboardy and poppy, hit and miss with me, but I love the more progressive rock stuff, so very cool. Another good read, but I'm still going to read the Savage one first. Oh, cool. Cauldron? New wave of traditional heavy metal band Cauldron. That's cool. To flatten it out, got a little wrinkled inside the package, but it's not too bad. And looks to be okay. All right, a couple more T-shirts in here. This is your source for Northern BC music. It's a local radio station in his area. I assume playing rock and roll music because that's what Greg loves, rock and roll. And he is a DJ of some sort too. So maybe I don't know. Was this one of the stations you were on, or? Let me know, Greg, because I don't know anything about this, so you let me know. And then finally, a T-shirt that is turned inside out, which makes me nervous. But, oh, dude, this is awesome. 2011 Thin Lizzy tour shirt. That's cool. That's just awesome. But it's not quite as awesome as getting my 4th copy of, yes, you guessed it, Donnie and Marie. I seriously have 4 copies of this, 2 or 3 of which came from Greg, but I've gotten it from several people as VCLT, and now it's just become a joke on my channel. Donnie and Marie, you'll see it comments constantly in the comments section about the Donnie and Marie records. Yep, I have 4 of them now, so hey, if anybody's looking for a copy, hit me up. So that's it. That was a big, massive box from Greg the Egg. Like I said, check out his channel. Sorry this took so long, but there was a lot of stuff to go through. I'm going to end it here and say God bless and stay strong.